Hi everyone, let's solve this beautiful math equation. We want to find the value of x. Let's solve it. So the equation we have is 9 raised to the power x plus 9 raised to the power x plus 9 raised to the power x is equal to 999. If you look at the left hand side, we have 9x, 9x and 9x. So we can take common 9x, then the first term will be left out with only by 1 since 9x is taken to be common, so 9x divided by 9x is 1. Similarly, the second and third terms are 1 and 1. And on the right hand side, let's find the factors of 999, and the easiest way is like this. Since 999 can be divided by 3, so if you divide 999 by 3, then 3 3s are 9, 3 3s are 9, 3 3s are 9. Similarly, let's again divide 333 by 3. Then the answer is 1 1 and 1, 111. Again we can divide 111 by 3 and the answer is 37. And 37 is a prime, so 37 will be divided by itself only. So these are the factors of 999, and the factors are 3 3 3 and 37. Okay, so let's simplify the left hand side. On the left hand side we have 9x, then 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 3, and on the right hand side we have 3 times 3 and then 37. Since we want to find the value of x, so we would like to isolate x. Okay, and the first thing that we can do to isolate x is get rid of this 3, and we can get rid of this 3 by dividing 3 on both sides. So let's divide by 3 on both sides. So this 3 will be cancelled with this 3, and we have 3 3s here, so one of them will be cancelled with this 3. Okay, so what is left over on the left hand side? On the left hand side, if you look at here, we have 9x, and on the right hand side, let's keep the remaining thing, 3 times 3 times 37. Okay, if you look at the right hand side, we have 3's, and let's write 9 in terms of 3. So we can write 9 as 3 square, and then a power of x is on top of it. And on the right hand side we can write this guy as 3 times 3, and then we have 37. Okay, and now I'm gonna use this property. This property is it says if we have a raised to the power m raised to the power n, that is gonna be equal to a raised to the power mn. It means if you have powers of powers, then just multiply these powers. So on the left hand side, if you look at on the left hand side, we have 3 raised to the power 2 raised to the power x. So we have this scenario. So the simplified form will be just multiplying these powers. So we can multiply these powers, 3 raised to the power 2x. And on the right hand side, let's multiply these 3's together. So 3 times 3 is 3 square. You can write it as 3 square because you have 3 raised to the power 1 times 3 raised to the power 1. If the bases are same, you can just add these exponents. So, and the remaining is 37. Okay, now if you look at, we have 3 raised to the power 2x and we have 3 raised to the power 2. So I can divide by 3 square on both sides. right? So these guys will cancel each other. On the right hand side I will have 37, and if you look at the left hand side, on the left hand side I have 3 raised to the power 2x, and then I'm subtracting 2 from it. Why? Because we have this property. The property says if you have a raised to the power m divided by a raised to the power n, then that is just equal to a raised to the power m minus n. So you have a raised to the power a raised to the some power here divided by a raised to the power n, then that means a raised to the power, subtract the powers. So I'm just subtracting this power from this one. Okay, now what I'm gonna do next is, since we have 3 here and we want to find x, so let's take log on both sides. So we have log of, then we will have log of 3 raised to the power 2x minus 2, and on the right hand side we will have log of 37. And guess what should be the base? Because we have base 3 here, so the base will be 3, right? Okay, now we have this property of log. The property says that if you have log base a to, and then you have x raised to the power n, then the power comes in front, so that will be equal to n times log base a n. In other words, the power comes up front. So let's bring the power up front, then that will be equal to 2x minus 2, and then log base 3, and the angle is 3 here. And on the right hand side we have not done anything, so the right hand side will be as it is. Okay, another property of log which says if you have the same base here and you are finding the log of a number and the base is same, then that is just equal to 1. And you have this scenario here, so this guy is equal to 1. So on the left hand side you have 2x minus 2, and on the right hand side you have log base 3 of 37. Okay, what we want to do, we want to find the value of x. We wanted the value of x, so we will isolate x. So let's add 2 on both sides. So if you add 2 on both sides, then you have 2x is equal to, since 2 and log are two different things, so you cannot add these guys, therefore you will write 2 plus log base 3 of 37. And now you are just one step away from your answer. Guess what we would like to do? We would like to divide by 2 on both sides. So on the left hand side we have x, and on the right hand side you can distribute this 2 as well. So 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1 plus, and this guy can be written as 1/2 log base 3 of 37. And this is the final answer. So we had this question here and we wanted to find the value of x, and the value of x is 1 plus 1/2 log base 3 of 37. This is the final answer.